What up, guys? Toonwar here. Alright, today we're going to take a short break from JoJo and we're going to talk about Berserk. Alright, so here's what we're going to talk about Berserk. There's two versions of Berserk. The backstory, which is basically one big flashback, and then the current story of Berserk. So let's talk about the backstory of Berserk first, which they call the Golden Period, the Golden Age, I believe it's called. Yeah, I believe it's called the Golden Age. I'm not quite sure, but I think it's called the Golden Age. Anyway, right. So the main plot of Berserk is, if you saw my video on Berserk, the other one, which is I kind of tell you about it. But the main part of Berserk is it kind of has an old thing going, a revenge story. At least that's the most thing. It's a revenge story, but in the beginning it's more about a man that wants to become king, and his name is Griffith. And imagine basically a hero painting, and that's Griffith. He's very smart, very talented, a genius in battle, skilled warrior, everything you can imagine of a hero, he's basically it. And gorgeous. He looks people always describe him as being straight out of a fairy tale. Just straight up gorgeous. He's the main character along with Guts. And Guts is, a lot of people would say, is one of the most, he's like Die Hard. He's like Die Hard. If you ever seen Die Hard, Guts is basically Die Hard, anime version. Die Hard along with any cold-blooded, awesome, manly man character, brutal, goes all in. He's kind of also like Wolverine in a way. He gets armor similar to Wolverine. He gets armor that kind of makes him seem like Wolverine in a way. But that's a story for a different video. Alright. Anyway, guys. Those are the two main characters. Guts and Griffith. Alright? So, the beginning of the story that they meet, Guts is on the opposite side of Griffith and they do a battle. It's like 100-year war. It's back in the, I can't tell you a certain time. It's back in the medieval period. I know that for a fact. It's in the medieval period, but I can't tell you exact time frame. It's in, I can't tell you much from. Picture King Arthur, the era of King Arthur, and that's basically the concept of what we're getting here. Okay, it's like that. Gus is a mercenary that does anything for money. Griffith is also a mercenary, but he's a very well-known mercenary with his band called the Hogs. I actually think in the manga it's called the Eagles or something like that, but that's besides the point. Alright, so here's how it goes. Gus faced this warrior, a big tough guy with all this armor, and Gus, as you will hear in this video and all the rest of the videos we do, Gus just charged right in. He goes just like, forget this, I'm going in, I don't care. He went in. It was like this guy was killing multiple guys, and he had like I think 100 gold pieces or something like that, 30 gold, 100 gold, whatever. They wasn't specifically said. He has some gold pieces on his head. So Gus went in, they fight. Gus wins, but it was a very tough fight for Gus. It was neck and neck. He almost died. Honestly, he won, and they said this: he won by sheer luck. And Gus actually wins a lot of his battles just by luck. He's a very lucky man, but he makes his own luck by he does whatever it takes to win. At the end of the day, I think that's what really guarantees someone gonna win. If you will do whatever it takes. In a fight, everything goes. In Gus, everything goes. Alright. So we fast forward, he kills him, he gets the gold. Alright. And then, so Griffith sees him, and in the Band of the Hawks, the guy is well known. The guy that Gus killed is a well-known fighter. Alright. So the Band of Hawks see him, and they wonder. Some of the people in the Band of Hawks wonder, if I kill him, I would get a name for myself. Alright, so they go to kill him, and they get their ass beat. They get beat pretty bad. They get beat super bad. It comes to the point where another member, which you're going to hear a lot in these Berserk stories, is Casca. Yeah, Casca. Casca she has a pretty good story too. But Casca, she comes to save him. Casca's all about Griffith. Anything what Griffith says, she does. If he say jump, she jump. If he say run, she run. Okay. Alright. Gus fights Casca. Casca is considered the best warrior, and she's the only female in the Band of Hawks. During this time, it's uncommon for females to be on the battlefield. Now, I say uncommon. I know it's not unheard of, but it's uncommon. You don't see it a lot. It does happen, but you don't see it a lot. Anyway, just have to say that. Okay. Gus fights Casca on a horse. Alright, Casca's the one on the horse. But okay. Gus fights Casca on a horse. Alright? She also loses. She stands no chance at all either. Alright? That's when Griffith comes and beat the living daylights out of Gus. Griffith is the best fighter, the best strategist, everything. He's across the board. Gus is a good fighter, but he's not better than Griffith. Casca is a good fighter, but she's not better than Griffith or Gus. That's kind of how the pecking order goes right now. Okay. Gus lose the battle. Alright? Time later, Gus wakes up, they tend to his wounds, and Griffith says, join my army. He says no. Alright, so the deal was made. Gus is like, I hate you. Everything about you I hate. I don't want to join your army, and everything you just make me sick. So Griffith said, alright, if I win, we'll fight. If I win, you join my army. You belong to me. Like Griffith has almost a possession about Gus, like a huge type of possession. Anyway, alright, so they do the battle. At the end of it all, Griffith wins again and he becomes part of the army. At first, he doesn't like it. At first. But later down the line, he starts loving it. He starts actually becoming a well-known member, a part of the Band of the Hawks. In fact, he even started wondering, what is Griffith exactly? His desire, his charisma, and everything about him is far bigger, and he says it so clearly, like he knows this is going to happen, like he's destined for it. Of all Gus likes, he never heard or even of a guy saying that. In an era where you have to be a noble to get whatever you want, to become high up in the ladder of the food chain, or be a king, and Griffith just says straight up, I want to be a king. I want to have my own kingdom. I want to have my castle. I want it all. Now that is unheard of. Yeah, you hear people say that, but they're just saying that. They will never get it. But Griffith was saying it like, I will get it someday. And how he was doing things, everybody in the Band of the Hawks and almost even the nobles and everyone else around him believed one day he just might get his own kingdom and castle. But there's a long way to go before that to happen. And a lot of twists and turns, which we'll talk about in the next video. Alright guys, catch you later. So be sure to subscribe and like. Catch you later.